This conference will now be recorded.
So if you run in insert or update, let's say this is ID, this is a description of the product. Um, this is SKU number 1, this is SKU number 2. So this is what is there originally inside the IBP system. Okay, so now you're taking, you have created a new CSV file, or maybe in the job, or in the S4 system, or the source system. So you have this, and when you run in the insert and update mode, what system does is system first checks all these IDs. There are 5 IDs, descriptions are changed, so first it updates them. SKU6 is a new one. There is no such thing as Q6 here. System inserts this new one. Okay, hello, Srinivas, you there?
Yes, Venkat.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So now in the new file, let's say there is no such thing as SKU 1 2 3 4 5 6. You have this, and you run only with this one file. Run insert and update mode again. System finds this, system updates this. That's it. Nothing happens to the old data set. They are clear. I mean, they are intact. Okay, this is what happens. But if you run it in the replace mode, system just replace all the existing master data with this new master data, with this new records. This stays same for anything. I mean, these are the modes, and this is a standard definition of the operation types.
These modes are in IBP only, right? Venkat?
Sorry.
These mode insert or update and replace or delete. These are the modes available in IBP only.
Yes, exactly. And also these are the modes available for the data integration jobs also. When the HCI, those guys are running, so if they wanted to do anything, so they have to um, pick the operation type accordingly. So you see here, come on.
So replace job runs always like in a full update then.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Insert and update, replace, and we shouldn't. I mean, be very careful when you're running a replace job. Okay, kind of a very tricky thing. Third is the delete one. So delete is system finds the records that you were using in the source file and only deletes them. Okay, let's just say this is your source file and you have kept only this. System just deletes Q4 from here, and rest of the values would be there inside the system.
And here also, before deleting the master data, we need to delete the transaction data. Or it will directly, even if you are
It will directly. Yes, I was about to say that. If you delete like for example, there are two things, independent and dependent. So if you delete the product, all the dependent objects would have a domino effect on it. Everything will get wiped out. That's the craziest thing in IBP system. So I mean, that's how it also has to work. For example, there is this customer called Amazon. You maintain customer product and you assigned your digital watch, smartwatch, mobile phone, this and that. You also maintain customer source of supply. You said DC1 is connected to Amazon, DC2 is connected to Amazon for these products. Those are the master data. Come to the key figure data. You maintain consensus demand for Amazon customer, some values. There is something called customer shipments coming from which location to Amazon customer for what product. You have all those data. If you just run your customer ID, I mean, if you load your customer master data, and if you know if you just delete that Amazon customer, let's say with this mode or maybe this mode, system would completely wipe out Amazon from the entire IBP system. First, it will delete all the master data that are tagged to this master data entry called Amazon. Next are the key figures. One more thing I'm saying, again I'm saying, if you delete the custom, if you delete any master data entry from the IBP system, if that entry is connected to any other master data, number one. Number two, if that entry is connected to any other key figure data across the planning levels, everything would get deleted. So I myself have done that, and during my second project implementation, and thank God that was in the testing phase. So we were in integration testing. I was taking care of the supply at that time. So many customers are there. So we are setting up our master data, our transaction data, the demand key figures, so that we can run our supply planning algorithms. I got the test data as some 50 customers or something. So when I'm running the job, I don't know, I accidentally clicked on the replace. But in the system, already there are some thousands of customers are already there. The demand planning is happening at a customer group level. Every retailer is being mapped to the IBP system, etc., etc. There are thousands of customers, but from a supply standpoint, we got the test data we identified the test data as a limited one, because we are more interested in the production side and the shipment side. So we kept the customer master data very minimal, 50 records. I ran the system in replace mode. System replaced all the customer master data, and there are only 50. So the domino effect is it deleted all the adjustments that the demand planners have maintained, all the history, all the sales history for that those other customers and etc. Everything was gone. That escalated very quickly.
Oh.
So
So we
yeah,
have to be very careful when you're doing in the replace mode. You cannot just
exactly,
do it
exactly.
like completely what do you call like in a BW or other APO side, like we call it full update.
Yes, sir.
You cannot do
And
a
there
full
is
update.
yes, and there is no backup also available. Only thing is that reach out to SAP. They have their own data centers, cloud data centers. They do this, backup at every now and then. So we have to reach out to them, and then they will provide us the backup data. But kind of a big process. So the only thing is that never ever run your jobs in replace mode or in the delete mode. Only do it in insert mode, and also come up with the nice access permissions and stuff, so that no planner will do any of the replace or edit. And also in the master data workbook. So here also we have that option of deleting it, right? So that's the thing.
So
And yeah,
but in IBP also it's the same thing, right? Suppose if you go to your product master data, and if you remove the product master data, SKU6, so it will get deleted everywhere. It's not only master data, so then it will get deleted everywhere. But this one, at least you have a control that you know that you are deleting the SKUs and SKU6.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what happens again? Like sorry for the delete, if you don't mind. Can you
So in the
explain?
delete, so in the delete, there are 6 records are there. You want to delete only SKU4.
Okay.
Okay, or maybe SKU6. So you maintain this. You maintain only 2 records, and when you run the job, system first looks into these IDs and first reads what are the IDs that are available inside the system. System found a match for SKU6. Let's just say there's something called SKU7 also. System finds the match for SKU4, SKU6. It will just delete these values.
Okay, 4 and
SKU7
6 will get deleted. Okay.
will get deleted. That's it. SKU7, there is no entry. You will see that in the in the job that couldn't able to delete one record because that it was not present in the source system itself. So that's the thing with the deleting.
Okay. Thank you.
So I mean, because that you are deleting in the simple master data. If you are deleting in the compound master data, then no issues. For example, there is something called as a customer, and then there is this product. So there is this customer called Amazon. So all SKUs, all these are there. So if you delete Amazon and SKU 6, if you want to, if you run a file and you run it in replace mode, customer product, and you just keep only these two in the replace mode, system will delete this and updates it back with only those two records because you ran it in replace mode, but it will not delete SKU 3 4 5 6 from the product master data itself. Just saying. So but if you are touching up the the core ones like product master data, customer master data, location master data, please be very careful. Other compound master data, the damage would be kind of a minimal. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. So do we have everyone in our call? So no, Ishmael, Funny, and Sri. So yeah, let's start our session. So we started our demand planning, guys. So in the last session, we are running a new product introduction. It didn't give us it gave us the results, but it didn't give the right results. It is giving zeros and ones. So that's where we stopped, and today we'll see that, and then we'll learn something out of it, and then we'll move forward. So kind of the overview. So in the demand planning, so the topics that we had seen is we have seen the statistical forecasting concepts. Highlights here are that we have seen that forecasting can be done at any level that we want. It could be brand, it could be product family, it could be customer group. In fact, you can actually do a forecast for the maintenance activity also. So if you, forecasting is nothing. You look back into the future and then you predict what's going to happen in the, you look back into the past and predict what's going to happen in the future. So we have forecasting, we have weather forecast, we have economic forecasts, we have forecasts for everything, right? Just like that, if you have the solid history with you, solid past, you can very well do a forecast for the future also. It is need not that we always have to I have seen in some of the prototypes we have done a forecast for the unit price of the product, because we keep on changing the price of the product because of the supply chain costs, and we have enough history with us. So they just want to do a forecast for the unit price of the product also, just for not an absolute one. The forecast, they'll not obviously follow it blindly, but that just sets them some kind of a direction that okay, where this unit prices are moving in. Takeaway is that you can do forecasting at any level. Number two, the planning levels of the input key figure and the output key figure, they both can be different. Input key figure history could be at a detailed level. For example, in our example, we have seen that it is at product, location, customer, but the output could be at product and customer level. So we can do the forecasting at an aggregated level for the output key figures. Third thing we have seen is we can use multiple algorithms inside one model, and then we have seen how we can pick up the best fit, and then also maybe calculate the compound, the weighted average kind of a thing. See all the like results of all the algorithms that we use. One result for single exponential, another result for regression, another result for smoothing, and another result for moving average. So you have 4 key figures where the 4 key figures are showing 4 different algorithms data. Now you do a weighted average for these 4 algorithms, calculate your own final statistical forecasting, or pick up the best fit based on the error calculations. We have seen how to cleanse the data, how to substitute the missing values and its impact, and etc, etc. Second thing we have seen is we can assign forecast models to the planning objects. For example, there are multiple products, multiple customers. They both are mapped in the customer product master data. So you can, pick like for one division of your business, for example, the smartphones, you can use one kind of a statistical forecasting. For another laptops, you can use another kind of a forecasting model, because laptop sales will have a different kind of a trend. Maybe in the starting of the academic year, you might see more sales in your laptops, and but mobile phones, they are kind of a consistent, etc., etc. So you can use one kind of a forecasting for your laptops, and another kind of a forecasting for your mobile phones, and you can actually assign them using an app called manage forecasting, what is it, assign forecast model. So in the demand planner, assign forecast models. Third thing is, we're struck in this is new product introduction. So what is the concept here? So when you are doing a forecasting, sometimes you will have a new product in your entire product portfolio, but unfortunately the new product will not have any history. So what we can do is we can tell it to the system that please calculate the forecast for this new product, but for the forecast please refer it to another old existing product. So for that we have to maintain the product assignments. So we are seeing that, and it is not giving us the right results. So inside the manage product life cycle, so pick up your planning area. This is the filter bar. So you click on add. You can add a product assignment. So here I have already did an assignment that S13 is my new product. Mm, it is referencing to S12. The weightage is 100%. Gave a validity from the history, because why I went to the 2018 of the month of May and the 1st of May is because I have the history available for S12 product from this date. So that's why I went into that date and then valid till the current date. So this is in the read-only mode. We can actually see what is the history. This is for the history of referencing products. I can simulate, and this is kind of a reporting tool which we can see that what is actually the actual quantity is a base for the history. And then we can actually see how the history is changing, and then you can filter on the periods and put it in weeks. And so I think from 2011 there's no data. We have data only for the last 1 year, so Q1 of 2018 to Q2 of 2019. So this is a history that we have, and this page is for product assignments. This is where we assign a referencing product to our new product called S13. Second page is on the forecasting dates. So how the forecasting has to happen for S13. So product ID is S13, description is S13. So again, now here we have the phase in, phase out concepts. Phase in means that the product just introduced into the market, so that's the first phase. So the acceptance of this new product S13, the sales for this new product S13 would gradually increase, slowly increase, or maybe, I mean, it will increase. That's the whole point. It will increase, and then there is another phase that's called the stability, or maturity. So where the sales will increase, and then we can see some kind of a consistent sales for some period, and after that phase out will happen. That means it will it will have a very less sales, and then it will finally get will be taken off from the product portfolio, from the market, and then so that the sales would gradually come down, and then it will end. So we can actually mention those, what is a phase in start, when will the phase in will end. So here we have given that from yesterday, May 22nd, so till June of 30, the phase in will be there. So between these two periods, we can see actually some growth, and after that it was kind of a steady. And if I give phase out, it will further go down. So how the phase in will appear? So these are the curves again. So here the planner can see that how the phase in will happen. So this is a phase in curve starting from 10%. It is gradually increasing 17%, 24, 31, 39, and going till 90%. After 90%, it will reach kind of a stability, and it will waver between 90 to 100%. Sometimes it goes to 94, comes down to 91, 92, 90, etc., etc. And finally, when the phase end will happen, phase out will happen. So you can see that again it reaches 90 and then it will further go down. So if you put everything in one single chart, it would be kind of a normal distribution. First increase stability and then gradually decrease. So so last time it didn't work because of the cache. I mean, I opened that page from quite some time and then I deleted that and then I recreated once again yesterday. So now it is working perfectly fine. So mm, let me just open. I also changed the key figure. So instead of the consensus demand, I made that as a statistical forecasting. That is a key figure, statistical forecast quantity. Okay, so I created only for two customers, Amazon and then eBay. So you can see that there is a gradual increase, and then so if I let's put that in a kind of a diagram, then it makes more sense. So you see here, it is it is increasing. Let me just minimize it a bit. So it is increasing on the week 21 of 2019, that is current week, and then it is increasing to let me zoom in. That's fine. So it is increasing to 158, 408, 660, 911, 1000, 1000, 2000. So it is increasing and then it is staying there till the till the end of the horizon. So week 2020, it is that is the last value, and after that there is no value, because in the in the in the source in the actual forecasting model, I just said that forecasting has to happen only till the last week of 2000. What is that? Yeah, last no, week 20 of 2020. I think I randomly picked May of 2020. Go to my hey, just 1 second, guys. 1 second. Yeah. So you see here, I mentioned that this is a model that we are using, right? Test conflict model. So I said the periodicity is weeks. In history, it should consider the last 52 weeks, and forecast also happened to the next 52 weeks. So this is week 20th of 2019. So till another 52 weeks, it does the forecasting. So now let's do one thing. So let's also say that as the new product S13 has come by, the product S12 will further, it will go down. The sales for week for S12 would, gradually be decreased. So we also wanted to tell that to the system. So let's do that. So let's create a new product assignment. I'll say add the planning areas test config. Product is S12 is my product. So here in the forecast dates, I will assign a phase out. So I'll say the phase out will happen when the phase out will happen. I'll say in the starting of January 1st of 2020, it will start phasing out, and then by the February, by February 2000, this thing, I'll say linear. That means it will gradually, come down. So if I go to the phase out curve, um, so it will start from 90 and then 82, and I can pick up another curve, here, linear phase out. That means linearly it will phase out. If I say sublinear, it will have a different kind of a this thing. So yeah, so just saving it now. Data for product S12 has been saved. Okay, let's go back. This is inactive. Let's activate it. Assignment of reference product S12 to new product S12 was activated. So here, this is in this product assignment, we are not actually assigning a old product to S12. So here we're just saying that, we are forecasting the for S30 new product based on the old product. That's number one. That's number two. And we also want to see a decrease in the forecast for S12, because S12 would be completely taken off from the market because S13 will take over it. So here, if I put again a chart, and then now here I'll keep S12. So S12 is kind of a, it's kind of a solid. It was, it is 8,000 across the horizon till week 20 of 2020. It has the same forecasts. So now I mentioned in the system that S12 is phasing out. It will phase out in week 1 of 2020. Where is this? Yes, this time bucket. So week 1 of 2020, and then in 2 months it would gradually decrease, and after that it is completely gone out of the market. Okay, so now if I run the forecasting again, so this is our model, each is in the target unit of measure, run it. It's finished. So so you can see that the S12, it was kind of stable till last week of 2019, and then we can see that it is gradually decreasing. It is 193, 171, 150, and finally on week 9 of 2020, that is I think last week of February, it reached its minimal value. So it actually, what is this minimal value? So the actual minimum value is the percentages that are being set here. So you see If I go to the phase out, 90%, and then it reached 10%. So that is the forecast is 214. The 10% of 214 is 21. So it reached the 10% of its forecast on the week 9 of 2020. So that's how we can play with the new products and then the old products, how one product will cannibalize another product, and etc can be done through this app called new product introduction. So, and if you also want to say that S13, this new product S13 will also have a very small shelf life. I mean, it will be there in the market only for 1 year, and the raise will happen in 2 months, the stability will happen for 6-7 months, and after that it will decrease. So for that, again, we'll go and we'll maintaining phase out here and then rerun it. So system also will give the values accordingly. Any doubts, guys?
No.
Great. So that's about the new product introduction. So we have seen how to calculate the forecast for the existing products with the existing history. If we don't have that, if there is a new product, we have seen how to do a forecasting for it, and then do settings and here and there. So next topic of the day is the data realignment, and then let me just put up the sequence also here for you guys. So what's the first thing that we have to do with the new product introduction is, first we have to maintain the new products in the system. What's the second thing? Second thing is we have to maintain the planning objects. Like in here, I just maintain only for Amazon and eBay. I haven't maintained for target stores. That's why it is not calculating forecast for target stores. So there is no such thing as S13, S12 warehouse and descending to Amazon and eBay. So if I for that, we need to create a planning object, remember. So this is option where we can create a new planning object, create new planning object. And this is if the current planning view has a filter. So it will display based on the current planning view combinations. It will create a new object, and when you run it, system also calculates forecast for that new planning object. Then what's the second thing? Third thing is realignment. Sorry, not realignment. What is it? Product assignments. That's the one, right? Yes, product assignments. Product assignments, we have to do it here. Again, under the product assignments, first we have to specify what's the reference product and its weightage. So here I just gave only one product, that is S12, but in reality you can actually maintain multiple products. And also, guys, watch out this space. SAP is saying that they are actually working on some machine learning algorithms, that the machine learning algorithm will automatically pick up its reference product. So here you don't have to go and say that S13 will have a forecast of S12. So in future it can pick up its own thing. So like for example, you're launching something called as a S13. Okay, this is S13 is black color, some XYZ processor, and something else like size is some 18 inches, something blah blah blah. So okay, for S12 there is no such thing as a black. S12 only has a white and a gray and silver. Yeah, but you have for S11 you also have a black color. Okay, but this was like previous version. S12 also has some kind of a black color. So this is your existing product portfolio. This is a new product that you are launching. So but the color also plays, if the color plays a great role in your forecasting, if the color actually is a kind of a differentiator in your sales and blah blah blah. So and there is no such thing in your the most recent product, that is S12, its previous version. So you can further go back use S11 black color forecast and give a weightage of only 20% here, and then here give 10% because it was like kind of old. But S12, you give 30 and 30 and then another 10%. If you sum it up, it is still 70. Yeah, whatever. So I mean, the summation has to be 100. So this we can do, but right now we have to do it manually. But SAP is saying that they will come up with some kind of a machine learning algorithms. That algorithm will pick up the reference product. It might come in maybe in maybe in next 6 months or something. Watch out the SAP roadmap and stuff. Specify what's the reference product and its weightage, and now specify the forecast dates for the new period for the new product. So especially phase in and out. Once you're done with that, activate your assignment. So then once you're done with that, once you save it, update the existing forecast model. So checkbox, that is a consider product life cycle. You remember that. So this is a one. Make sure that you toggle this. This will bring the intelligence to the forecasting algorithm that it has to calculate further for the new stuff also, even though there is no history. Rerun the model, verify the forecast, especially based on the settings in the product assignments. Okay, so this is all about the new product introduction. Now the next topic is the data realignment, but I think we didn't have all in our session. Let's deal that tomorrow, because realignment is kind of a important one, where you realign your entire master data and key figure data. So I mean, the realignment comes in handy when if a customer should be served from another distribution center. For example, there is something called DC1 is sending to the customer at Amazon. So now after that, it is not called as a DC1, it will be called as a warehouse 1. Now you wanted to realign entire your data from DC to warehouse. So if there is any history saying that the DC1 has sent 100 units of this product to Amazon on this time bucket, so now you want that to change to warehouse, then in that case we can use data realignment. When a product family is changing, for example, you have a smartwatch and we have digital watch product families now currently in the system. But if tomorrow we both are clubbing that, and then we are coming up with something called as next gen watches, so you can change the entire entire data in the system from both the smartwatch and digital watch to the next gen watches. So next time when you open the master data, when you open the key figure data, any forecasting or anything, you can actually do reporting at the next gen watches, not at the smartwatch or digital watch. Another thing is like merge locations into one location, etc. So tomorrow we'll see this, guys. So so today we have a lot of time left, so I want to touch base on few other things that are coming in. So till now, for the reporting, to analyze the data, we have the apps like analytics, alerts, dashboards, etc., etc. That is from the front end. That is web UI. To actually plan the data, to actually edit the data, you have the Excel sheet. So there was a requirement from some time back to the SAP that all the sales representatives from the demand planning team, so they want to also view the data. They just want the planning view concept to be there on web UI, so that they can actually go and update it. Because what if they are carrying their tablets, and personal PADs, personal PDS, what personal devices. um, they are not in front of system where they can actually open Excel sheet and then start updating it. So that's why SAP has come up with a new app called as a web-based planning. So this is a one. It works like a similar Excel sheet. So we have to create multiple views here, or you can reuse the view that is already there. So I can create one. I'm creating a new view. So the name is web-based planning. Creating a new view, giving a name, planning area, versions, base version, time periods, week, pick up the current week, 45 periods in the future. Fine. Planning levels. So if you remember, I'm building something just like what we have seen in the Excel planning UI. Key figures. Put some filters. We already have some filters here. Product ID is equal to S1 search, S12, S13. You can share this sheet. You can do a preview. I'm creating it. So this is statistical forecast S12, S13. So if you open this,
Venkat,
yes sir, tell me.
quick question on this one, like on the web-based one, it's not a static, right? Like still on the. Suppose you are in charge of a S12 and I'm in charge of a S13, but still I can use the same template and filter my product. Correct?
Yes sir.
Okay. I thought
And then
it's a user specific. Sometimes in offline, they call as offline content you can create and maybe sync later on. So that's not this, right?
No, that's not it. That is so.
Okay.
If we want to achieve that particular requirement, we have to achieve the I mean we have to achieve it through a process. Whatever that planner who doesn't have a write access, so we have to actually shouldn't grant him the write access. It is just read access. So whatever he can do, he can only cook it up in his planning view Excel sheet. Maybe hand it over to another planner so that that planner who has the right access can actually go and access it, or maybe
Oh,
create a scenario saying like this is an ad hoc scenario that this planner has come up, and then you know you know we can do that.
okay.
There's also another thing called creating a process, which usually we have to use for S&OP, sales and operations plan. We'll see that in maybe one day or two. I think once this is done, we'll jump into that sales and operations planning. So you can actually model a process. You can say that this is process step 1, process step 2, 3, 4, and then you can configure the dependency between these process steps. And inside the process steps, we can say what are the tasks that are there and who owns this task. We can also assign to a particular user. I mean, we can do all that, and we can visualize that very nicely in some kind of a Gantt chart, etc. So that is there. That should be used for sales and operations planning. And so I mean, once you create a process template like this, you can take create some kind of a not version. So you can create a process copy kind of a thing. Like every month you want to do that process, you can actually create a some kind of a I'm not getting the right naming convention that the IBP suggests us that you can take that process template for the cycle of May 2019, and then do all the activities that are listed in that process, complete that process. So but this principle is being taken by the clients, and they are using it for multiple purposes. For example, we have seen our example for maintenance activity. So we can actually create a process for maintenance planning. So first is the first step is first finalize on the maintenance jobs. There are different tasks inside it in the process steps. Someone has to go and maintain one and zeros and etc, save it. Second step process is that review the final available capacity. Third step is compare the differences, that what is available, what is the utilized, etc. So we can actually build up a process, and then we can bring a discipline that every month people has to come together, and then they have to start. It's kind of a Gantt chart. You need to go and say that, okay, I'm starting this and I'm done with this. I'll say status is completed. Then that would trigger another process step for the other team who's responsible for it. So that way you can actually build a process for your planning. So you can use this concept and read and write access, and then you can achieve that offline copy, and then making one planner or make him only do the changes into the IBP system, etc. And also another thing is this web-based planning, just like Excel sheets, planning views, this also picks the data from the backend HANA database. So this would have the most recent values. So I opened this. I don't know why this is taking a lot of time. So it will show the statistical forecast for S12, S13. So we might be seeing a value of 100. Okay, it's saying no data. Fine. Let's go to edit view. I think the target unit of measure is mentioned as CS. It is in cases. I think I haven't maintained any target unit of measure for cases. So let me come here, see target unit of measure. So this should be niches. So if someone is changing these values from the backend by running some algorithm, statistical forecast or adjustments, so we always see the updated values. So this is how it looks, just like a simple Excel sheet. Amazon customer S12 product, location is warehouse, statistical forecast is this. And now the thing is that you can actually change the values. That's the whole ball game here. So edit planning view. because you might ask a question that, okay, not this, sorry. Because we can actually display the data in tabular format in the analytics app also. Like, what's the point of coming in here? I think these are non-editable. Statistical forecast key figure is an uneditable key figure. That's why I think cannot edit it. But whereas consensus demand is editable one. So let me go here. This is another view that I have created. It's called test consensus. So here I can actually go and say, save the data. So this is the difference here, because you might say it that well, I can very well bring the stuff as per the tabular format, and I can still visualize it in the analytics app. So if I go here, analytics advanced, but here you can change the data, and then like other things, like you can send an email. System would open up an email with the text and the body and etc. You need to give the recipients and then add more data into your the notes to your mail body and then send it. You can also share it in the jam group, or you can save this as a tile, so that if this is if this is what your day-to-day activities are. That would saved as a this thing. So now I'm creating analytic chart. I don't know why system is very slow today. Say this app consensus demand S12 and S13. It will directly come onto your home screen. So this is how you can customize your home screen, also your Fiori interface. I mean, you don't have to go to the app called web-based planning and pick up your planning view, and you don't have to do all that. It just comes on your home screen. You just click it, it will be visible on your tablet or smartphone, etc. So name is test consensus. So I'll pick up the planning area. This is test config. So whatever we have seen there, it can be achieved in here. Consensus demand. Group by is customer, sorry, not group. This is customer ID. I'm grouping by customer ID. I'm grouping the entire data. This product ID, S12, S13, and the location ID. Okay. Target unit of measure is eaches. So it will display it in the chart. You can also make it as a tabular format. Okay, what we're using, consensus demand, right? There is no product location there. Let me take off the product ID from here. No, not product ID, location ID. Okay. So see, it is displaying just like this. And also if you want, I mean, I haven't included the time dimension here. I'll say this is week. I think there are so many weeks. I should have kept a filter on top. Otherwise, it would list for all the weeks that are available inside this time profile. So you see, showing week 20 of 2018. So, but yeah, I mean, the point is this, that you can very well display the data, and then you can change the column. What is the first column? What is the second column? You can rearrange the data, and then you can put filters, and you can do all that. But this is not editable. That's the whole point. So you cannot edit this. So if you want to edit this, you have to do web-based planning. Second thing is that SAP is trying to introduce all the, I mean, not all, some of the major Excel features like drill downs and and all that. So into this thing. Uh, but it will come eventually, but not now. Eventually, maybe in the next release or something. So the web-based planning would become very aggressive. So yeah, the second thing is like scheduling the jobs, running any forecasting copy operator. Any operator is also fine, because we have seen it through the application jobs planner can very well go and run it. So that is also there. So it is not mandatory that you have to be around with your PC and with your Excel sheets. So you can also do a lot of things with web user interface. That's one. Oh no, why? What happened to my system? So here we have seen there is something called supply chain network. We haven't touched this. So you can actually create a network in the IBP. So uh, so let me create a network. No, not I'm not creating anything from the scratch. So I am just reusing the data that is already been set up inside the master data of any planning area, and then I'm just visualizing it onto the web user interface. That's the whole point. Then we can visualize the supply chain network, and also you can view the key figure data in here. So test config is our planning area. I think while running the heuristics and optimizer, you remember we have done it for S12 product, right? So let me pick up the customer. I mean, I'll not be doing it customer group, but customer group is kind of aggregated, but if you want every customer ID to be displayed, do it at customer level. Product ID is S12. Come on, S12. I hope we have some master data maintained for this S12. Location ID is fine, keep it. Key figures, let me pick up the key figures that we already. Let me pick up the production. I'm not sure how many plants we have done that from like long back. Production receipts, transport receipts, customer receipts. 3 key figures. Go. Target unit of measure should be HS. HS. So this is our network. See this icon, I mean, that the legend is here, right? I mean, we'll understand. There's this customer here, Target store, eBay, Amazon. So 3 customers are there. I think we have maintained the demand only for Amazon. That's why the receipts are there only for the get for the minimize this. Let me hide the filter bar. Okay. So basically it puts up a heat map. So that's all it is. So if I in the drop down, I'll pick up what is customer receipts. Customer receipts is that how much is being received at a customer location, at a customer entity from a location for a particular product. There are three customers here: Target, eBay, and Amazon. One and two locations: plant 101, plant 102, and warehouse. Three locations. 101 is connected to warehouse, 102 is connected to warehouse, and then warehouse is connected to Target, eBay, and Amazon. 101, the source of supply is the production that is happening. You see this factory icon here, that means it is processing. That means it is actually creating uh, you know it is creating that product called S12, and this is a source ID called S12 underscore plant 101 underscore 001. If you have multiple production versions inside it, you will see multiple source IDs inside it. And then there is so here I'm viewing customer receipts. That's why it is showing here. If I open the production receipts, so you can see here this is having the lighter color. So if I click on this, it is showing customer receipts is 4,950. The only tricky part is that system should suppress the nulls, because if I click on here, it is still showing me the customer receipts value as no value, because customer receipts will not make sense at this particular node, because customer receipts would make sense at the customer facing location. That's why all the value would be always no. Transport is also no, because this is processing that is happening. I think SAP is still fine tuning it, a network visualization, make it more more user intuitive and etc. So yeah, so you can see that this is 4,950 and this is 5,650. So more production is happening in plant 102. Okay, and if I open the transport receipts, that means how the stuff is moving from one location to another location. So I can see, I think it is the same. I think so. It is. So yeah, so you can save this chart and put it in dashboard, and then you can visualize it. So this is how you can also visualize your network. Then you have the time periods, so you can pick the time period that you want to see the data, because right now that the 5,650 is for the entire horizon, because this is time series data. Remember, whenever you're viewing a data, if you're not applying any filter, then system shows an aggregated value, what is there in that system for that particular key figure. So if you go and put a time period, then it will work. So you can pick only for 3 weeks and then go. And also, if you the more filters are there, more processing time would be high. So this is how you will play. So, and if there is any particular network which is kind of a bottleneck for you for the business, so we can actually put some filters and can view only that particular sub network, and then see how the values are changing and etc. This is thing, and from my experience for on this network thing, so the first project, I was in UK at the time, utility industry, piping network, water plants, so many reservoirs and water, the raw water, the untreated water is coming from the rivers and the reservoirs and boreholes, and there are so many sources, and they all are connected to a plant, and then the water is always flowing, just like a transportation lane, how the product moves. And they wanted to see the their requirements are like kind of a very very interesting, obviously from a utility standpoint. I mean, they all are very genuine, so they wanted to see some kind of a real-time values, that how much water is moving in, that can be achievable if we have the if we configure the plant maintenance, and if we have the readings in place, if the ERP is S4 system is capturing all those measuring points, we call them, right? So if S4 system can measure all those values and then bring them back into IBP in a particular key figure, so we can very well see the values that are changing like hour to hour. So integration has to be robust, the measuring points has to be robust. So then we'll know that okay, between one reservoir to another plant, and this pipe, based on the capacity of the pipe, if it is a big pipe and then the water flow would be high, bring those values. You can see that integration is kind of a challenge because the measuring points and etc, and also it's kind of a pipe, means the pipe can have a both bidirectional flow. So sometimes, mm, you know you have a gravitational pull and non-gravitational pull. So I mean the pipe can move the stock both ways. So here, but it is always forward right here, right? So this plant 101 can send to warehouse, and but the warehouse cannot again send it back to plant 101. That will kind of never happen. So but in piping network, this could be a pipe, and this pipe can send to one plant here. I mean kind of a cyclic thing would be there. But in our optimizer, it will go for a toss if you find any cyclic things. So that's one. So this is all the interactions that we that I have learned from interacting with SAP. So we have the SAP product manager sitting with the client, and then these are the requirements which we try to meet. We couldn't able to meet, then we reached out to SAP asking for help. They couldn't able to do it. Second requirement is, it's a piping network, it's huge. So in one location there will be so many pipes. So what they want to do is the navigation has to be sleek and smooth. So if they click on this node, if there's something like West Yorkshire, if they click on this West Yorkshire, and then it has to open up another small network, and then it should show its own reservoirs that are connected there, and then how the piping networks are there, etc, etc. Not going to happen in IBP. So that dynamic uh, you know um, you know um, switch between the locations, not possible as of now. So there are other genuine requirements that are there from a supply chain network visualization, but this is kind of a starting thing. Again, SAP wants to do a lot in this network visualization, and then make it more simplified and make it more value added for the businesses. So that's all for today, guys. So we have seen today we talked about kind of data integration jobs, insert mode, insert, update, replace, and delete. We have talked about the new product introduction. We have seen how the phase out can happen to the old product S12, and then we have seen the forecasting coming down. We have seen the web-based planning, kind of mimicking the Excel planning views, where you can actually edit the data and you can save the data. But other drill down options and etc would come. Eventually SAP is working on that. You guys can go and type SAP IBP roadmap. SAP actually lists that what we can expect till 2020, the mid of, I think we have till every quarter we have a release. Every year there are 4 releases. So SAP has almost listed like till third quarter of 2020 we have the roadmap, or like what we can expect. I think lots of stuff is coming on the web-based planning also. We have seen the supply chain network, how to visualize the supply chain network, and then how the different key figure values will be displayed as a heat map. uh, and then how the navigationally we have to go and read the data. So hope tomorrow we'll have better turn up. Tomorrow we'll touch base on the data realignment, which is kind of a important thing. um, um, yeah, any doubts, guys?
Venkat, this Srinivas.
Hey, Srinivas.
So if you ever want to log in into the IBP from from any tablet or any other thing, so just they need to log in into the URL, or they will have any separate software, any app for that one.
No. It's on cloud. All you need is a user server link and user ID and password, and that's it.
Okay. So why because for Ariba, I think they are having a separate app to log in into the supplier and customer. So I thought maybe similarly for IBP, whether you have anything or just need to log in into the
No, just
URL
logging into the
project.
just log into
Yeah,
the
it will
URL.
make it clear.
Right. So yeah, based on the backend settings that have been configured to you, you will see the apps that you can access. So if you, I mean, if it is all the supply elements are disabled to you, then you cannot see optimizer profile and etc etc. So yeah, based on the backend settings, you can access the apps that you have. You don't have to do anything else. URL link and user ID and password, but you can very well access different planning areas that are already there inside that particular system, right? So obviously we'll be having multiple planning areas, right? The planning area that I'm dealing is test config. So when you log in, you can access multiple planning areas. Like when you're plotting a chart, you can plot a chart for planning area 1 and another chart for planning area 2, right? Hello, Srinivas, you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is that once you are inside the system, then you can utilize multiple planning area data sets, and again you can further restrict the user access. So you can say that this planner shouldn't see the Amazon's data. So that's it. You can go and you know hide the data for Amazon customer for a particular user.
Yeah, okay. And we have one more thing. So in if we are implementing IBP for 3 different regions, and also we are having the planners for also for these 3 different regions, and we are created the 3 different planning areas. So we can restrict the planning area also, right, to planners.
Yes. Yes, we can very well restrict the planning areas also.
So for that one, we need to use the global parameters. That one.
No. You have to sit with the basis team, and there would be read and write and those access. So you can actually we have to sit with them, basis team,
Okay.
because those are the
So
guys who creates your user IDs and roles and etc.
So all user roles and authorization will be done by our basis side only.
Yes.
And new user creation will be done by our side only. Our company basis team only, or it will go to some if
The
I'm going to
requirements
some
will flow through us, because we'll be interacting with the business team, and then we'll be identifying that what in the demand planning team, what all users will be there. There would be a statistician, there would be a marketing guys, and there would be a demand planner. So you'll create 3 different user groups, and statisticians will have some kind of access things, and they can adjust the forecasting, but whereas the marketing guys, they cannot adjust the forecasting model. So that hierarchy that we need to come up, and then and then we have to sit with the basis team and then get that thing done. Sure, guys. Thanks. We'll touch base tomorrow. Yeah, we'll continue, and then we'll kind of finish our the learning exercise. Okay. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Thank you.